It's a live chat, yeah. Remember the guys, yeah. So where we are, we're going to be doing a podcast, me and an ice cream robot, John Unleaded.
Unleaded.
And we're on with our favourite pod man. He's IE Media, Marty Hardy. It's the Marty Hardy Show.
Marty Hardy!
Second time here up in Oldham, yeah.
Up in Oldham.
Up in Oldham, lads, yeah.
Oldham.
So if you're joining us now, yeah. I'm going to just put that there. Oh, that's it. What's gone on? Look at the file. Something's just happened there where it's all gone mad colours.
That's great, leave it.
That's great, that
Oh,
way.
you've set a green screen on.
What's the green screen, yeah?
So if you want like a fake background,
Oh, so how's it get the green
just
screen?
like a setting that.
Hang on.
Just a setting, yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Retouch on.
Leave it on. That's all right.
Yeah.
Leave
us
it
a
like
smile.
that. Leave it like that.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
Nice one. Some
No,
thumbnails.
I don't want the green screen.
That's great. That's great.
So you want the green
That's
screen?
insane.
Yeah, you probably don't want that.
Oh, people be getting like, I'm not watching this. Hang on, how'd you go to green screen and how'd you take it off?
Just come out of it and then start again.
Hang on. That's settings. Retouch off. What's that? Oh, I see.
Green screen done.
Oh, just nothing. There you go. We're still live, folks. There we go. So keep it vertical, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I can just keep it there. Oh. Hello, yes. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Is that better? Yeah.
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 Or was it muted?
Yeah, I muted it when I'm putting it on there then.
Ah, right.
Oh, not the green screen.
We'll get there eventually.
Can I have an A, please? Yeah.
Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, this
Put it
is
there.
the first time going live during a podcast. So you will see all the bloopers and the in-between bits. But to get the full edited version and all the camera angles, please come back later and check for the upload.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. There you go. So he's gone from red to blue now.
So A is good on this.
Yeah,
E,
that's all right.
D, G. That's not bad enough.
Can you hear us now? Varric Saravak? Yes, hello. Why's it got to be on me, John? Can't we just get it across? Hang on.
You can. You can
It's just
reach
got
out,
to be me.
reach out, put it on that stand there, over there. That stand there. The camera, yeah, a bit like that.
Not got to be able to.
Just move that over. You can
Yeah.
reach out.
That's it, you're in now, John. Ish.
Yeah, I'll move in a bit, yes. That's good.
If anyone can hear us in the chat, just give us a little message. There's 4 people watching.
Yeah.
Hello, all 4 people.
Good job I got my sunglasses on because the flashing light, you know, with the lighting. Because I work,
Professional.
Oh, it's bright.
because I work in lights all the time. It's no excuse to wear sunglasses.
Good job you just said that. Forgot to switch the hair lights.
Yeah. Got some light. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Wake up in the morning and I'm getting out of bed. Then I go downstairs, something wrecks my head as I'm watching the news on my smart TV. 10-inch installment, the plot thickens and it's more bad news. The government has changed the rules for all you motorists in the UK. Don't spoil your day. 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in a traffic jam. 20 miles an hour, we're all getting slammed. 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in my XR2. 20 miles an hour in the Scooby-Doo. Welcome to the Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. Paid my taxes, not paid my dues, but the government treats us like fools. Electric, gas and satellite TV, a never-ending fleecing of society. Did we ever vote on this new bill as common sense becomes a sin, causing chaos within our cage? Never-ending road rage, 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in the traffic jam. 20 miles an hour, we're all getting slammed. 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in my XR2. 20 miles an hour in the Scooby-Doo.
10 miles an hour.
Welcome to the
8
Matrix.
miles an hour.
Welcome to the
6
Matrix.
miles an hour.
Welcome to the
4
Matrix.
miles an hour.
Well, it's common sense when you're around the schools. Pedestrian areas will obey the rules. But when it's clear and you got headway, pedal to the metal, enjoy your day. 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in a traffic jam. 20 miles an hour, we're all getting slammed. 20 miles an hour, fines by the hour. 20 miles an hour, getting clocked by the tower. 20 miles an hour in your XR2. 20 miles an hour in the Scooby-Doo. Welcome to the Mater X.
2 miles an hour, it's quicker to run.
Welcome to the Mater X. Here we go. Here you go. 20 miles an hour, folks. That's on Spotify. Ice Cream Robots.
Yes.
Just a little sound check. That sound all right, Mark? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm just a little bit bright, so I'm going to turn my
I'll have to get something that doesn't clatter, Jeff.
Hello, Brax4419. There's no sound. Is the sound now, mate? Can you hear us? Where are you? There's the sound that's all around. Yeah. I just like Starseed Man John and the B. That's good. It goes all around the towns, looking down from space, looking down at the human race, standing on the standing. There you go. So, and then it goes to the F sharp. Goes up.
F sharp.
B, that's it. B. Yeah. So do the 7 on the 7 on.
You have to show us, yeah.
Down there, look.
I don't know where that is.
Just got the box on the 7th, yeah?
Yeah.
So there.
Oh, here. Oh,
There.
yeah, I was going down one. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
If I could hear what I was doing, I'd do it anyway.
Yeah, do you want to go anyway? Do you want to have a little?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just messing around, and
No, this is good.
this is just all fuddy-duddy.
Give me time to tune everything in.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's like Starseed Man. It's only goes. Bit like, I mean, obviously with the distortion, it's really like Rocky Oasis, you know.
Yeah.
All around the towns, looking down from space, looking down at the human race, standing on a starship high in the sky. The world's getting chopped down, we don't know why. Whoa, we need a starseed plan. All around the towns, looking down from space, looking down at the human race. Not enough love, just exploding bombs. Why can't the people just get along? Whoa, we need a starseed plan. Don't you worry, I got a rock and roll plan. Don't you worry, I'm a starseed man. To get everybody dancing, every woman and man. Wow, yeah. Woo, woo. I said woo. I said woo. Well, there's too much violence, too much pain. The world needs a total reset again. The people in power needs to stand down. The world will crumble, every city and town. Whoa, whoa, we need a starseed plan. Don't you worry, I got a rock and roll plan.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, I'm a starseed man. To get everybody dancing, everyone want a man. Rock and roll. We're on the podcast of IE Media, coming at you on YouTube. We're gonna put up some things on Facebook too. So please subscribe, it's all free on IE Media. Ice Cream Robots, go, 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 go. Press that button and subscribe to enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride, folks.
It's the Marty Hardy IE Media Show. Let's go. There you go.
Wow, what an introduction that was.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, if you've been following IE Media for a while, this guest won't need an introduction.
No.
He appeared on episode 4, Jeff OLLERHEAD. Absolutely fantastic story. Talks about his time in the King's Regiment.
That's
and
right.
everything since then. So guys, if you want to get more of a backstory on Jeff, please go and check out episode 4. I'll link it up here and it'll also be in the description. But today is episode 24 on IE Media, and Jeff is back with a very special friend, John of the Ice Cream Robots.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to IE Media, brother.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, what a wonderful intro.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, this is, as I said, it's great to be back. And I brought John, and he's got is it John on Leather today, is it?
John Unleaded, yes.
We've got our own YouTube as well, Jeff OLLERHEAD Ice Cream
Got
Robots.
a brother called 95 Ron.
Yeah. And
A sister called 4-Star.
4-star, yeah. 4-star sister, yeah.
we got here all right as well, yeah, because it was good to have John riding along, because it's pretty tricky to get up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
managed to get through, and you had problems too.
Traffic
But
works,
brilliant,
yeah.
if you're looking in, it's great to be back, you know.
Yes,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Great. It's been eventful, you know, throughout the last time I've seen you. So, but in a positive way, you know.
You've
a
been
lot of-
busy, haven't you, Jeff? You've been busy.
Busy. I had to form a band up with the Ice Cream Robots, and bumped into this fella. He's an old, I wasn't say old, but he's vintage.
Vintage,
I had to brush the dust off him, yeah. But
Scrape the dust out the cracks in my skin.
yeah, he lives local, and we just got in touch with a bassist Stevie Owen. Brought John along one time, and we got up together, hooked up, and we've been pals for ever since, because we like creating. You know, he's a drummer, he's a bassist, he plays the organs, pianos, he blows the organ now and again. No. But you know what? It's good, because there's a lot of history with Johnny. He's been involved in some great bands around the 70s and Matthew Street. He was in the Stop Outs. They were getting paid, by the way. Yeah, they were, you know, on a record label. He's been through the thick and thin of music business. You got to sort of,
The thick and thin.
yeah. I think he played alongside, supported Elvis Costello.
Wow.
He's been in the rooms with in the back room with Led Zeppelin, which is it's crazy, which we can dive into if you want to go into detail.
Had a few nights out with Slade as well. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So fire away.
You've got some musical journey then.
Yeah,
John.
Noddy taught me how to drink. You naughty Noddy.
So I always said to John, like, you know, my background, my mother was musical. She played the spoons on my head. No, but obviously I got into music. I've always been like singing and playing, messing around. But luckily for me, I got a guitar in the army when I was in Ulster in Ireland.
Did you have a guitar when you were in Ireland, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Best-
talked about that on the first.
So yeah, the first one, and I got into it, and then that was it. Then I just wanted to be a rock and roll star.
Next up, we have the infamous Purple Aki track,
Yeah,
which put you kind of on the map, isn't it?
put me on the map in a mad way, you know.
That
And
made you a rock and roll Starsy.
Yeah, 7 foot tall and big, yeah, but you know what? It's I've got to be careful today, you know. And he said, and apparently, people say it's homophobic, and you know, maybe on the racial side of things. Because I mentioned the word black, and I'm thinking, well, this white, you know, purple, but it's one of them things. I'm not old in the tooth to think, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I know I'm not offensive, and I'm not racist or anything homophobic, you know.
Yeah.
All that.
Guys, to hear the backstory on Jeff's track and how he actually got into an altercation with Mr. Aki himself, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because of this song.
Yeah.
Check out the first episode.
Check out, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Blimey.
Yeah, but I was going to say, obviously, I brought John along to say, like, you know, some of the things that John's been doing. because as well as being a good musician, he can fix a lot of things. He's on like a very engineering background, and
Yeah, I worked for a music shop in Liverpool for about 30 years, fixing amps and guitars and
Right.
broken things. Musicians would break things and bring them to us and say, "Can you fix this, mate? I've got a gig at 4 o'clock." And,
Oh, wow.
that kind of thing.
No way.
what makes me laugh at when I sometimes go to John's, but we'll give a plug as well, like
Oh, yeah.
Sconhead,
Scotty.
Scotty, yeah.
John Hewson.
He's out at the moment playing with the Pete Best band. Pete Best was the Beatle that they forgot as the drummer.
Wow.
Ringo Starr replaced Pete Best as a drummer.
Didn't he? Yeah.
But Pete Best has just kept on,
He's still
going for
gigging,
it. Still gigging, and Scon has one of his bezies, just pops in now and again, and it's funny really.
Yeah, we've had a few jams together.
And he said he's got, he's going. Well, he wouldn't say he's going on holiday. He was on holiday with Pete over in America.
Yeah.
And he gets
in
in.
Baltimore. Yeah, they did about 6 gigs there.
Yeah, they just asked him to go and play stuff, and it was funny really because he's just like, John, my arm's gone. And he just comes in, jump start, and he's like, listen, I've got I'm with Pete Best, and did he still record up in by Matthew Street? Is it?
Yeah.
I've got to get there, lads, and just go.
Wow.
So he just drops everything, and John all of a sudden gets his first thing. It's like something like a doctor. So he gets his circuit testers, what they called.
Yeah. Oh, that's a multimeter probably.
I'm not technical, so go on.
It's just stuff that finds things wrong with things, so you can fix them.
So he just thinks whatever. So he just unscrew everything, gets in there,
Fixes it.
That must be very handy to have like on site when you got all your gear and something's playing up.
tell you what.
Yeah, I can cite you a good one. We were playing at Eric's once, the original Eric's in Matthew Street.
Yeah.
And we were supporting, who was the band? It was quite a famous band, something like Marseille or who else was it? Oh no, I know who it was. Chrissy Hine was in the band. What was that band?
Chrissy
Oh, the
Hine.
Pretenders.
Pretenders, yeah.
And they did the sound check. The
Right.
band went off for some treat, and the roadie was panicking. His mixing desk stopped working. The desk just, the lights went out.
Oh no.
And he went, the band will be back in an hour.
Gotta use my finger.
Yeah, she would have used
Gonna
the
make
fingers
you
on it.
see.
Anyway,
Was that one of the songs I've
so
just
I
quoted?
said, what's the problem? He says, the desk's dead. So we looked around. I said, what's that plugged into the desk? He said, oh, that's the power supply. So I just smelt it. Went, like a dog. I thought, yeah, that's dead. So I said to him, what is it? And then I said, let's have a look. Oh, it's 12 volts. And I said, right, go to your van. And he went, yeah, take the battery off and hurry up back.
Wow.
Get the kettle on. And I fixed it for him. So what we did, we hooked the van battery up to pull the terminals out, the power supply. It was a big metal box, you know.
So you just bypassed it.
Yeah, so we put crocodile clips on the battery, basically, connected it into the input of the desk. And the desk, he says, never had such a good sound out the desk in all my life, because it's running on full 12. The power supply must have been dying for years.
Right.
Says the band sounded really clean and loud.
No way. I could have done with you this morning with his cable.
Cables, yeah.
So, yeah, so there you are, he was made up. Yeah.
But as he said, it's all logic, and John, for some reason, he just opened up and he gets the boards off the circuit boards, and he's smelling and he's looking, and he'll just tell you there and then. Lucky enough for we're going back to Scotty, so we got him fixed and he was off but he left us with the song.
It was a Marshall amp, folks, one of those combo amps. They're very loud, they hurt your ears.
Yeah.
No way.
But yeah, again, it's been good in like the people that you meet, like on the Music Wales and with John sort of, because he was gigging with the stop outs, and the woman bassist, she went to Dead or Alive. I don't know.
Oh, with Mitch, yes, Sue James.
Dead or Alive were a good band in Liverpool.
With Peter Burns. Yes.
Peter Burns, so they were famous, and but they on the Probe, was it the record shop, was it?
He worked there, I think. Him and his wife worked there, yeah.
Yeah.
A fella named Jeff.
So we're going to give her a plug as well, because she was originally with the Stop Outs and was like a three-piece band.
I hope you're listening, Sue.
Sue, yeah, we've got him on here. We've got another one, Carol as well. Carol's one of his famous. She owns the Fast Yard over in
It's
Birkenhead.
a fast yard. She doesn't. She rents them.
Oh, she rents it out. She
Yeah.
puts all the
Start yard, future yard.
start yards. Yeah, come on. You
Start
should be
yard
plugging
and
this
future. I will.
like your puppets.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Carol and Ian. Brilliant. They run the Star Yard and Future Yard. They fill all the other nights up that are available with acts and bands and events and things. 471 events. They're really good. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They do it properly.
I think music as well.
Carrick.
Yeah, I think music today. I mean, a lot of it's commercial. People like to hear, but you've got to tell some truths because obviously the world's changing
Yes.
for the worse. I think you know.
Yeah.
You know, which we like coming on this channel because you like conspiracies or the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful these days.
You know, you can't say fried eggs these days. You've got to say boiled.
Yeah, I mean,
boiled eggs.
it's them.
It's not even if it gets took down. I think it messes with the algorithm because it reads all the transcripts. And I think if you
Yeah.
keep doing controversial stuff, your views
It's
just plummet.
plummets. It's crazy. That's why I'm not gonna do. I was gonna sing you a song, but
No, you should. The songs are all right. I think it's just art, isn't it? But this is going to sound strange. So we've actually got the company that those cables come from watching us
Yeah.
live.
Oh, great.
Based in St. Helens.
What they called?
Cannibal.
Cannibal or cannibal?
Cannibal.
Cannibal cables, is it?
They're saying, hi, Martin, it looks like you got your extension working. Actually, I didn't get it working. I actually went to another store this morning and had to pick up another cable because St. Helens was a bit far and obviously we had all this planned and everything today. So, yeah.
But you will use them again.
Still got one broken cable if you want to replace it.
You will use them, yeah. It's great, isn't it? Who's coming on, yeah.
Yeah, you got a few watching you as well.
I've only got 4 at the moment, but
Alright.
I
4
can see
people.
my eyes.
I've got to put my glasses on because
Yeah.
Vivek Sarawat, Vivek Saraswat, yeah,
Sarawat.
yeah. Brax 4141 and Revo Boy said hi.
No, he says, where is the sound?
Where is the sound? Can you still hear us? I think it is. Can you hear? Because I did. That was the mute there. Yeah.
People are saying there's no sound.
Yeah.
All right.
Because our latest single on the air, because with the Ice Cream Robots was the New World Order song that we done.
Oh yeah. You want to play that one? Yeah.
Yeah. Who flies the planes, killing our brains? Who flies the planes, causing aluminium rain? Who pulls the chains for political gains? Who kills the grains? Farmers all the pain. It's the new world order. You better watch out, they're coming for ya. It's the new world order. No future for your sons and daughters. Who's in charge of these politicians? When we know they're all from the same position. Follow the money to the global chest. The path will lead right to the lizard's nest. It's the new world order. You better watch out, they're coming for ya. It's the new world order. No future for your sons and daughters. There you go. Just a little short one, yeah.
Brilliant.
Great, and as I said, that's on our Spotify as a new release. Ice Cream Robots, New World Order, yeah.
Check them out.
There's
folks.
2 versions as well, you know, with done, which is we've got to give credit to the 2, like, because in the band they've got like 2 producers, if you get what I mean, and they like doing their own mixes.
Oh, okay.
It's caused a little bit of a kerfuffle, but you know,
I can imagine, yeah.
but isn't it good to have like sort of 2 like sort of thing? You got Mike Abbo, But he's got his own sort of. He come along because Steve Gibbo, the guitarist, he's got something obviously with. I think he's obviously the retirement, and he's got like something. I don't want to discuss it, but he had something personal with his bloods and that. Bless you if you're watching the Steve Gibbo, yeah.
Yeah.
And great guitarist, and he actually stood down. So we got Mike in just to, because we like jamming and creating and stuff. And Mike Abbo does the same. He's got his own sort of music on Spotify. He's great. Got some really good tunes. And we come along, and he said, "Oh, that song, New World Order," and he rearranged it. He's obviously put some input into the song, and it sounds good. His version, Mike Abbo's version, and also we got Stevie. Owen, who's been the producer of the Robots since it's been done, produced the records, which is good. We don't pay for any studio. We actually make our own sort of studios up, which is it's good. So, so the demos are out there, which is good, which saves us, because how much is. I mean, the last time we went to see a record producer, which I've got to say was Nick Torber was interested.
Oh, yeah. Down in London.
Yeah, he produced Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in the Jar, and he was into Marillion. He was the manager and producer. Fantastic fella,
Yeah.
Tell you straight. It's on my YouTube. There's some clips there. Nick Tober, so Tauber. Nick Tober. Met him in
Not
Waterloo.
October, Nick Tober.
I met him in Waterloo Station. We got together, went into a little restaurant, and we just said, "What have you got then?" And we played all the songs, which we had all demos, and he was like, "That's impressive." He said, not being one of it, but people just go and give us 2 or 3 songs. You fucking give me 3 fucking albums, fellas.
Yeah. The energy you guys bring is really good.
There's a song, we try and make a song every day, or some sort of songs, when we get together.
You guys go live a lot, don't you, when you're in the studio?
Yeah.
Post a lot of stuff.
Post a lot of stuff on my page. Some of it's, people go, "What the hell they're doing?" But as I spoke to you before, we were doing that like gangster sort of culture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind hearing this one.
Wanna be a gangster. I think it's on the G one. Wanna be a gangster. Rap star, gangster, Barry in the hoodie in the summer. Wanna be a gangster, rap star, gangster, Barry in the hoodie in the summer. Driving one hand in the middle of the road. Rock star, gangster, won't be told. Wanna be a gangster, rap star, gangster. So we got all the effects that we had on there, we had all the beats going, but that's just something which we. But it was only like thinking like a sitcom, because a lot of hoodies.
Yeah.
With that at that age group now, when we were kids, we had the same BMXs and we were riding around the middle of the road, wheelies. But the fashion nowadays it's crazy.
Ballies, isn't it?
It's just ballies.
Do you think that's because there's cameras everywhere, or?
Yeah, because some of them, there's cameras on and kids don't want to be recognised, and it just looks scally, don't it? Yeah, it's some scally, and if you wear that sort of cape, that's great because. You know what? That's what it is. But if it was my kid going out every night with that gear, you'd say, "Listen, son, you're up to no good,"
Yeah.
Because it does terrorise. Like say, we're all right, but I've spoke to like older people who live around ours, and they absolutely terrified, and they see a big gang of kids all ballied up.
Yeah.
Which is, think what they're gonna do, And as you know,
become a massive problem up this neck of the woods as well.
Yeah.
And they're just ripping people off bikes and robbing people. And
yeah.
It is intimidating, it really is. And then you see the videos, sometimes they get stopped and police are pulling and they've got these big machetes down their pants and you think, Jesus Christ. And then there was one lad the other week, actually, a YouTuber, and he had his bike took off him by 2 lads on a Bally's while he's live on YouTube. Yeah. And everyone in the comments is like, "Oh, you should have done something. Why didn't you?" And it's like, what? Get stabbed for a piece of metal? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? If you got the foreground, if they come up to you with a knife and whatever, unless you've got an axe. I've just got an axe.
No, I would design a spike that goes just under the seat with a barb in it. Have the seat saddle pretty high. but loose.
Is this
Loose
your
from the
bike?
belt, yeah. And you wheel your bike along, and when they take your bike, they pedal off on it, don't they?
Good idea, that.
And as soon as they sit down,
Watch out, lads. It's new invention coming.
yeah, new invented.
It's
Yes.
funny. Well, it's we always have it. He's always like, John's got some ideas which you see on the internet, like which is like warfare, modern warfare. You know,
Modern warfare.
modern warfare, like Vietnam. I always goes about Vietnam, where the Vietnamese, you know, against the Americans, and you know, let's be honest, the Vietnamese had them in the jungle, didn't they?
They had them all, yeah. The Americans completely lost.
Because they just put like holes in the ground with bamboo, and they'd obviously shit on the bamboo, and when a foot goes on them, or you know what would happen?
You get septicemia, wouldn't
Septicemia, and then you get
Punji sticks, yeah.
punji or
Punji sticks.
punji sticks, yeah.
Bamboo sticks.
So what he was just saying, that he was going to put a punji stick on a bike.
Basically, yeah.
Wanna be a gangster,
Yeah.
Soros gangster.
Yeah, Soras gangster.
Punji up your bum ball. Be
Punji up
careful,
your
yeah.
bum bum.
But then again, you know, there's some mad. But then, you know, there's what I will say with all these like hoodies as well. There's actually like a dad gang form, which I know a couple of lads who just
Dad gang, yeah.
dad gang who wear all the ballys themselves, just wait out 3 o'clock in the morning for all these sticky fingers who think they can jump fences,
Right.
and they're getting done, mate. They're actually getting the fingers cut off and guillotined. So
No way.
there's a little comeback where there's big men thinking, right lads, you've done that to this, you've done that, and you know.
Yeah.
That's where it goes, and you think that's getting
That's getting out of
naughty.
hand.
I think isn't that kind of how it used to be in the older days?
Yeah.
Like
Mafia,
the
isn't it?
gangsters used to sort of play
Right,
into areas.
okay, alright, you just done Jacko's house or someone's house or whatever.
Yeah, get that stuff back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're getting done, they got to have the permit. If a thief round ours gets done, he's getting his hands smashed in, and that's jumped on. And that's, you know, that's the rule, you know, they want to start fucking robbing, then they're going to get the consequences. So it's one of them. It's a game of karma, isn't it? Yeah. It's sad though, really, because what I can't stand is it's the women and the girls and the freaking, you know, the old people that are getting victimised.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, fight amongst themselves. The old age straighteners, you know, get out, knives and whatever. You know, the only thing with the knife, if you're going out with the knife and whatever, you're going to expect to get like 10, 15 years, and if you kill someone, it's a ripple effect, you know, yourself's going inside, all your family's getting victimised, and then you got to think, what did they stab him for? What, for a bike? Crazy,
Yeah. It's crazy. 2 families' lives ruined. And
just like that. That's the way things are at the moment. A lot of people say, you know, with choose a life, not a knife. That's it. That's Darren G. Yeah,
Good philosophy, Jeff.
it's good for. That's his saying, not mine. I'm not robbing his sayings, Aaron. It's just promoting it well, you know. Great though. I mean, there's a lot of people aware of it. I think parents should just always check, you know what I mean? It starts with the parents. Where you go, get out and play years ago with a football.
yeah.
What are you doing there? Bottle of water, butties, get on the field, go and kick a ball around or whatever. But nowadays, the
Climb
kids.
a tree. Climb a tree,
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about me mate Darren? I'll just say Darren, he used to climb trees,
Yeah.
and he fell from the tree and then obviously went between his freaking legs and went between the thing, and he ended up with one ball. His nickname was Womble.
Humble.
The Wombles of Wim. No, but it's a true story. So climbing trees might be a bad choice. No,
Yeah.
go for the conkers.
No way.
Oh,
Lost
imagine.
his conkers.
Yeah, that's a sad, but there we go. But I think you know what we're doing.
Good job, Dan. Had 3 balls, then, wasn't it?
Eugene Nikabalikov instead of Russian. Yeah, I mean things are going all right with the music, and we done. I don't know, like I said before, as discussed with you, and it was good to see. I had a podcast myself. It was called Uzi, as in the gun Uzi.
Uzi.
Talking number 2, Uzi talking 2. I had some like guests on, and George Gallagher. You know, I'm going to give him a big thumbs up because the new episodes on BBC iPlayer, The City Is Ours.
Oh yeah, I just finished watching that.
The City Is, well, he's the singer who sang The House of Bamboo, you know, The House of Bamboo.
Oh, in the film, yeah.
Yeah, and lucky where I work, we're not doing all the entertainment, doing the disco karaoke George is on that circuit, and I got to know George. He's a good blue as well, up the toffees. And he's now made. He's done well. You know, he's on there, and he's produced the record again. I think what he was at was it Andy Williams who produced the first.
The original one, yeah.
In the house of bamboo.
Don't know who wrote it, yeah. It was
Yeah,
in the 60s.
bamboo. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah.
About 64, 66.
Yeah, but obviously he's going to bring it out #1, but he worked alongside what we're doing right now. You know, when people say, well, these podcasts sort of grow, you know, and I was made up. Yeah. But we did, George, we'd have a little jam together, and I want to put it on air, because obviously I've done a song called Mr. Spring, yeah.
Perfect weather for it.
And it is springtime, yeah. And I said, you know what, George has got a great voice, and he's like a Michael Bublé with his own sort of style, you know. Yeah. Let's get the key. Don't you interfere, John? Don't, because you're not used to it.
I don't know the tune at all.
It's in like a little. Hello, Mr. Spring. What joys did you bring? Did you bring some rays to warm up our days? Did you get it bright? Did you make it light? Did you let it ring? Did you let it spring? Oh, Mr. Spring, just love what you bring. 'Cause you shine with the sun, run with the wind, you rise with the flowers, 'cause you're Mr. Spring. Sing with the birds, make honey with the bees. Oh, Mr. Spring, you really make me happy. Oh, Mr. Spring, just love what you bring. Oh, Mr. Spring. Little short version, yeah. So yeah, you know, I mean, just like writing songs, you know, and I made that. It was Mr. Spring, yeah, and all the time it's just things like that, you know, which would be good for like sort of movies and whatever. But and it's also good to know if someone could. I mean, George did there, and he said I'd love to do that. So, George, when you make a #1, if you want to jam along with it, George, you know, as we said,
Bamboo goes
in House of
#1 again.
No, he's really good. He's a good friend of the city. Everyone loves him, George Gallagher.
So I can imagine that show's going to bring him to the forefront even more then.
Yeah, he's talented. He's really talented. You know, he's amazing. You know, which is good. Because he does like Great Charlotte Street, where I work at Smokies. I do the Wednesday day from 2 till close, which is a nightmare sometimes.
The
karaoke growlers, yeah.
The grueler.
We'll talk about the karaoke because it's great for people. Sometimes it can be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you've got to organise a queue in a pub.
Right. Yeah.
So that there's 200 people that want to go and sing a song.
My turn, he's been on.
Oh. And there's a lad there, bless him, he doesn't know that he actually causes me like
Really?
hernias and hemorrhages. His name's Popeye, yeah. He's all right.
Sailor Man.
No, that's his nickname, Popeye.
Yeah.
You'll probably see him. He's sound Popeye. I won't even say, he's just a Popeye is what he is. Check him out, you know. And
thanks to you, Popeye. Jeff's hemorrhoids are on Google Earth.
So what happens is he gets up and sings, and he's good. You know, I'm not saying he's an entertainer. Get up and like, I'm Popeye the day, man. He's short, like he looks like a shrunken Family Guy.
That's a good impersonation of Popeye.
Popeye the day. And then
Shows us your beard, Olive.
So he does his thing, and then he always does human, that one, you know. Are we human? Or are we scousers?
Oh,
does a little rip in between, and that's his sort of thing. And then the crowd go wild or whatever. But most of the locals always say Popeye's like Marmite.
Right.
The locals might think, I've heard this again. He does the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's like.
But what he does, he helps out voluntarily, which is mad. But he always wants to get up. So the more he drinks, he expects when he clicks his fingers, he's on the stage.
Oh yeah.
So bear in mind, I've got like 30 people that want to sing. He's done his bit, and he's coming around the stage to try and get on. When I know there's like people that have been waiting patiently, which you got to do. There's a queue, you know, and it's horrible because they're like doing your head, and you go, look, Popeye, go and ask him. You know, some lad I looked in on, big Steve at the bar, who wants to sing My Way, you know. Go sing. No, put me on his shit. That's what he's saying to me. I'm like, no, but it's not the fact I'm putting people on because of what they are. It's a karaoke. Lad, I get this place bouncing, you know. I said, yeah, but it's a karaoke. That's what I've advertised. That's why I have to come in and buy him pints. You know, but he does a bit of glass collecting. But I say, you know, he's a qualified minesweeper.
It reminds me of Boys from the Black Stuff, that fella.
Yeah.
Popeye, man. Yeah.
What happened to the guy with the legs?
Lecky Legs, yeah.
Is he still around?
Lecky's obviously, I had a little bit of a mad fallout, but he wanted to do his own thing. No, it's cool. I mean, look, it's no harm done. He had he's seen things differently than I did, and. It's one of them. I hope he's okay, but he's retired. The best thing I've done with Lecky is got him at home because he was homeless and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got him some.
I just seen videos of him dancing.
Me and Karen, but I think, to be honest with you, I think it's caught up with him, you know, his legs, and I felt at some point because he had to go medical, and I don't know the ins and outs of stuff, but. You know, bless him. You know, he was great to entertain them. I haven't got a bad word to say, you know, in front of people. I'll have a word when I see him anyway, and he knows anyway. Yeah. But, you know, he's still going, and it was funny, you know, he's still... The videos are timeless, aren't they? So people get into it, you know.
I've seen loads of them.
No, it's great, you know, and that was Lecky, bless him.
Lecky, bless him.
You seem to have a lot of fun where you do the karaoke.
Yeah, do you know, you meet so many great characters, like, there was a couple of girls, Sue Marshall, come on to sing like Pink Floyd.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
And a mate comes along who can sing Kate Bush, and you're going, wow, and it just sounds,
sounds
you know, babushka, yeah. You know, but if you've ever heard, like, I mean, Kate Bush was like, it's so, I think, what would you think in this modern world? She'd be like, her voice was so, it's like trance, you know, you'd listen to it and think, that's Kate Bush. No, I mean, these new singers today, I was listening to something on the radio, and one of the lyrics was, the devil is pretty. In between, I thought, hang on a minute, this is on a radio station, and some, like, I think it was a Taylor Swift or something, I don't know, but there was a line there, but she goes, the devil, she's pretty, the devil is... I thought, oh, that's a bit crazy, that, you know. Is that the Hollywood thing, you know, the satanic thing creeping in? Yeah.
Makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, as you said, to all that sort of stuff, but you look at lyrics from 10, 20 years ago and what was acceptable on the airways to what's acceptable now. Yeah. And it's this complete shift, isn't it?
So, you know, Relax got banned, didn't it? Relax. When you want to come. You know, and fair enough, but the devil is pretty. I'll tell you what so made me laugh. There's a lad who comes in, Johnny B. He sounds Johnny, he's got a good voice. He does that Tony Christie song, and he did what he did for Maria. Have you ever heard that song?
No.
Basically, someone killed his wife, and so he's gone out and shot him in the head. Right. And it's a song. I did what I did for Maria. I did what. Take a knife for an eye, and you think, wow, it's just. This is like, you know, what's putting away.
Well, that got banned at some point.
Well, apparently radio stations wouldn't play it, like, because obviously it's like an eye for an eye. He's taking the law in his own hands.
It's one step up from I want to hold your hand.
Yeah. Go on then, John. Give us some of what you think in your head.
What do I think? I think what we're all doing through our phones, especially through our phones and our club cards, whatever, anything. We're programming a massive brain computer.
The hive mind.
Yeah, the human genomes. There's the whole sort of psyche of humans is getting lifted, and it's assessing and reassessing, like the algorithms, at a phenomenal rate, isn't it? We are becoming, we're going from programmer to be programmed. We're programming ourselves because it's the input's going into it and then it's coming straight back at us. It's seconds later. You think, oh, this will catch on it. No, it's already caught. It's caught on before you even blinked. It's already gone out to 1 million people in China with one word changed. So the whole thing, they instead of those. So all these people think a completely different attitude to a phrase or something.
What was you saying about the spring, the 1st of April, April's Fool?
Oh, April's Fool's Day, yeah. Well, you were called a fool in the Middle Ages because the powers that be at that time changed the calendars from the solar and lunar calendar to the Gregorian calendar, didn't they?
That used to be the new year originally.
Yeah, 1st of April.
First day of
Makes sense, doesn't it? Spring's here,
Of course, the start
Nice
of a
and
new
warm.
year.
Yeah, warmth.
And that's what it is, April Fool, because everyone thought, and I think that was like the agenda, say, but then
they called them April Fools to make everyone laugh.
You can't say April Fool, so it's funny then, isn't it?
No way.
And really, April Fool is April wise. You're really wise that this is the first,
Yeah, why is the first day of the year in middle of winter when it's freezing?
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Makes you think, doesn't it?
cycles
Yeah.
starting
They
again.
put us 3 months out of sync with nature.
Right. And I believe back in the day that the calendar used to be different. It used to be 13 months, 28
That's
days.
right,
each
yeah.
month, and everything was equal and even. And
Yeah, fish are born to full moon.
Wasn't it Chinese New Year? That's always in is it always February? That's the same. Is that the lunar? But they're going. Yeah.
It's a lunar New Year, yeah.
What year is it today? The last year is it the year of the snake, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, the year of the snake.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Certainly a few of them in government.
Oh, yeah. Crazy what's going on with the British people. Ex-veterans, so I'd like to highlight that, what I do say. Veterans on the streets, and
Shouldn't be on the street, should be well supported.
And basically looked after, because most of them have come back from either Ireland, Afghanistan, the Middle East, or any other operations like Bosnia. Whatever, and they've been subjected to something which obviously they can, and what they needed is a middle house, I always think, and they never had that. They think because soldiers are programmed. What did you say a soldier was? Someone who sold a soul.
A soul dyer.
A soul dyer. You sold your soul to someone to die for.
Yeah.
It's great, John. He looks into that. Yeah. So
thankfully,
it's a known saying, but I understand that.
I sold my soul, but I never sold my spirit. There's a spirit in the soul, because I only give me our soul, not a mess. But you know what? It's funny that, what I was going to say to the veterans, and this is where we're going. I've got no. If there was kids and mums and all from war-torn countries that have come over and they want your help, and you know yourself generally, oh bloody hell, baby, but
Of course, yeah.
at the moment there's just an army of men coming in. Now
people are very concerned about
men are very concerned because with all these men that have come over, men have got needs, natural, nature needs that they want to have a bit of love. Now, I just can't see the way society, I've spoken to my daughters and stuff, they went, no, we don't realise, it's one of them, they're like our own, it's crazy, not our own, but what's the word, it's our culture, do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Community culture.
And so these, young fellas have come in, they're going to be on the sniff of things, and eventually, as you know, with what's going on with sexual crime, with what's going on with sexual assaults and rapes and stuff like that, which is that's what they're going to do if they can't go to a nightclub and start dancing, unless they can, I don't know, I mean. But the majority of them, there's been a lot of cases that it's arisen already, which could get worse. And again, this big thing on about the grooming gangs, which is wow.
and
So,
two-tier police system.
Yeah, two-tier policemen. I mean, go on and on. But there is good politicians out there, and I hope so, that they are standing up for the British people. And let's see how it goes, And, I really feel, would there be a balance? What are these going to do, all these people in hotels? When does it stop?
Yeah.
You know, when you know, we're full up now. You know, we can't have any more. We're gonna go.
I'll tell you when it's going to stop.
What's
they,
your just
when they
speak.
got a party, you know, a full parliamentary party.
Right.
Because they'll just they concentrate in areas and they'll win those areas, the by-elections, elections, so they'll get people in parliament.
Yeah.
And then the laws will change to suit them, even more so.
Now, some would say that this is a bit of a conspiracy from the powers that be that are engineering this and letting it happen, because surely they'd have think tanks and they know that if we let X amount in over X period of time,
Yeah.
this is going to equate to A, B, and C. You know,
You gotta,
letting it happen.
yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get. So you can see what's happening. Civil unrest, yeah. So in Ireland as well. In Ireland, you know, Conor McGregor's standing up. Hang on, there's towns in Ireland which are saturated, and then there's crime rates going up with sexual and, you know, all intimidation. There's violence, and these towns never had all this. And so you're thinking, why are you bringing these people in when you're doing this? You know,
Yeah.
what is the I mean, another solution. This is crazy. Now, I've got to. If I was going to change the world, if I'd say give electricity is free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, electricity is a power which we can harness freely. To be explained last time with, you know, with solar panel, and I had this thing about the
Wind and waves.
the wind, the waves, and what Tesla done. But Mr. Tesla got killed because he harnessed electricity from the
ether.
From the ether. Hence, that's what they say in the pyramids are now sort of connected to big power plants.
Right.
So if we can do that, and we can create electricity freely, then that's your power sources. With the power, you can produce greenhouses float them in deserts. You know, where's the most land which no one wants to go to? A desert. Put a massive, like, you know, what they do in Holland, and grow food. Because you only need 3 things in this life: is food, shelter, and water, and a bit of love as well, you know. But they're the fundamental things, and that's free. And a guitar.
We need our music.
Only I'll say it.
Is give me a guitar.
Well, you'll get pissed and dance.
I've got a guitar, I can't use it though.
Yeah, just crazy. But you know what? They're just one of them things, and I think.
Yeah.
If you give everybody that sort of thing, but this is like a dream, you know, but because the powers that be, they want to control power.
I definitely do see the concern, and I read a lot of comments on social media, and I see a lot of other YouTubers and stuff who are diving into this sort of field, and I can definitely see the concern. Now, I will say that I think some of that concern is being manipulated and they're playing on people's, you know, sincere worries and concerns. And it just seems to be all hyping up to this. Yeah. Like you say, it's got civil unrest.
Civil unrest, civil war, and then where's the outcome, you know? What's scary, though, you imagine someone, say, for instance, as you probably well know, you know, if they come over unvetted, and they're obviously to a cause of, like, Al-Qaeda, and then you look at their so their situation, they've been bombed, they've been blown up by some unlawful force, and they're after revenge.
Then you could,
So what I'm trying to say to you is, but they're coming into say like a city centre, and they've got like, right, we're going to cause the same havoc, tit for tat, you know, and it's scary. So I could see both, you know. You're thinking, well,
definitely
imagine like sort of like 4 fellas with the 4 machine guns just running around in a city centre, causing whatever.
And that's been happening in France a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, France is crazy. What do they want? You know what I'm thinking? Do they want? Because they've got. If you come to like sort of Great Britain, you're getting like the utilities of free water, running water, healthcare. Yeah, I know that the NHS is shocking, but you will get seen to at some point.
Yeah.
And you know you've got resources which can give you a better life. So if they've come over for a better life and they want to get into, okay, let's try and educate them. Like, listen, do you want to be a spark? Do you want to be a plumber? Do you want to be a builder? Do you want to be? Do you get what I mean? Sam, but if
I can understand that, and like you were saying earlier,
that's good.
The wives and the children and stuff, like a family that's just escaping a war-torn country or some kind of thing like that. Then you could understand it, but like you're saying, and like I share the concern, even though I'm in the middle and I see both sides, and I see the manipulation from the powers that be on both sides.
Yeah.
Where are the women and children? you know, it's all military-age men, so you can see the concern, can't you? Where does this
Well,
go?
they reckon in America as well, between Mexico, there's camps of like, you know,
Oh,
the
the detention
Chinese, no, there's Chinese, like soldiers, like waiting.
Right.
There was on, I think it was Joe Rogan, something
yeah.
to do with like camps of some sort of like, you know, not American, you know, and so when it goes off, is it what they want? So what is the main thing? Who's to say the deep state? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Trump's coming now, hasn't he? So I think Trump's doing a really good job. People say, "Oh, I hate Trump" or whatever, but he doesn't want war. He's trying to solve the Ukraine war, which is that for me is like he's not in with it, because Ukraine war, realistically, when they break it all down, who's making the money? It's BlackRock, yeah. All them bombs and bullets going, you know.
It's all been sold.
And how many people have died in that war? 800,000 Russians or 800,000. There's nearly like 2 million lives lost over
Yeah.
a racket.
You know.
And that's, again, you know, could you...
I can't get behind him personally just because of his unwavering support for another nation that's also caused a lot of bloodshed over his last couple of
So this is what I'm saying, I don't know, yeah, I get
yeah.
it. This is what I'm saying. So if you look deep into it, you're thinking, wow, I'm lost here. I don't
That's
trust
it.
him.
Yeah.
I'd be allergic to the smell of his face makeup.
There's definitely a shift in the world, isn't there?
Again, it's just, are they all in the same agenda? You know, who's made it all up, and it's just all tipped. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. For me, it feels like with Trump, it feels like they're trying to garner support and manufacture consent for possibly another big war that's going to happen. Get everyone on side. Look how great he is.
Well, they're doing
rile
it,
everyone up. And
They're doing it now with Iran, aren't they? Because they're
that's
saying,
what concerns me. Yeah.
you know, that it's like, it's the cultures again. It's just like, wow.
The whole Middle East thing, and you look into why we're there and the bigger picture. I mean, we can't really get into it, but
You can get into it, but I think if when everyone's got to sleep, I always think to myself, you know, human beings and
Well, my dad always used to say, the Middle East, it's like 20 countries and one religion. It's really fighting. No, 20 religions, one country. Got it the wrong way around, yeah.
Sectarian violence. And, it's awful, isn't it? I mean, what world do we live in while this is still happening?
I know. We're sitting in a comfort and there's all sorts going on, you know. I mean, you're waking up and you're thinking, hang on a minute, there's like a bomb's just being dropped on a building in such and such, yeah, and you go, wow, just imagine waking up to that. And then you'd be like, hang on, and then I think some of the terrorists are thinking, this is what's happened to us, you know, and they're doing it the same thing, you know, whoever side you're on.
It will happen. It'll happen everywhere.
It's crazy. And
Definitely.
we're on the borderline, because I just don't agree with it, and I'm thinking, who'd you go with this thing? If everybody just had like a day to themselves, a family day, like the old days, like religion was like Sabbath on a Sunday, right? Everybody would just stay with your family, and there's nothing to do, you know, just stay in.
It was illegal to open your business on a Sunday, wasn't
that's
it?
what I'm saying. You know, I mean, then you're thinking, in some ways, that makes sense. Just stay with your family on the Sunday, you know.
A day of rest.
A day of rest with the loving. Love the world, unite, because we're into going out. I love the universe being a manifesting thing. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do. The strong words of I am. You know, I am happy today. I am. Good thing for recovery. Like if I had a drink problem, I am sober today.
Yeah.
I am trying. I'm heading for success. I am. Keep manifesting things in your life, because all we are frequencies. Yeah, again, let's go into the inner self.
Vibrational frequency. Yeah.
Vibrational frequencies.
Yeah, baby.
And then you can manifest what you want. So you're really having a bad day. You might be in a bad circumstance. John says, take your socks off and go and walk on a bit of
walk
grass.
around the garden, yeah, in your bare feet, and it's You feel completely different after 10 minutes of that, especially when you
Grounding,
dog,
yeah.
when you tread in the dog poo. Changes your life.
I think sometimes you just need to block out that noise, don't you?
Yeah.
'Cause we're all scrolling and listening to stuff,
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
constantly. Sometimes I think you just gotta turn all your devices off and go
Yeah.
and sit
Yeah.
in the garden or, you know,
That's
go for a
exactly
walk
it,
or
yeah.
something.
That's it. I mean, that's just simple, like, sort of tactics of thinking, well, are you having are you going for walks? Are you sitting in the sun for a little bit? Are you trying to get some space where you can, you know?
I think one of the worst things, a lot of us, I don't know with yourselves, but the habit we've got into is like waking up in the morning and then
Yeah.
scrolling all the socials. So you're just
Wow.
getting bombarded.
Yeah.
aren't you?
So there you go. Yeah,
And
that's
that can set your mood for the day, can't it?
yeah, definitely. Because most things that you see, there's something come up. You go, look at that! Oh my God! And you share something on WhatsApp, and it's just negative. And this is the maddest thing, right? Do you reckon? Obviously, the world's a prison. Yeah, the Matrix. This is crazy.
Matrix.
This is just a Martian, whatever, but the world's a prison, and they want to try and keep your souls in, because your souls is a frequency, so they want to keep putting all this negative stuff out here. Towers of G5, all frequencies, whatever they use for, giving you all sorts of whatever, disabilities, cancers, chemical trails causing all stuff in your blood, Alzheimer's disease from aluminium, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, getting bombarded because of these archons. Who are the archons, John?
Who are the archons? There are entities, probably.
But
Higher frequency.
higher frequency energy containing us in this trapped world, and the only way to get out of it is to read the Tibetan book of the Dead, where they explain. It's more like a Tibetan book of life, but when you die, because you are energy, yeah, which we are energy, but it's a known fact. Electricity is our soul.
Energy just changes.
Yeah, shifts.
Yeah, I
So
believe that.
they go through bardos. You enter the bardos, and they reckon when you first die, which from every culture they always see a white light or a light. You've heard of that, or a tunnel.
Tunnel,
Now, what they say, and that's your first bardo, yeah, bardo, yeah. And what they reckon to do is just accept it. You are that light. Your consciousness is that you. Dissolve in it. But most people think, I'm dying, I'm gonna die. Fear.
Yeah.
So once you get the fear, which 99.9 people will get, because they go, I'm dying, which you know, bang, you go into the next bardo, which then you get confronted with possibly your family people about you. But this is all in conscious made.
Oh, yeah.
And then you will face your fears of anything. Say like, I don't know, this is crazy, but he made an example. Say for instance, you're like, you know, into Jesus and whatever. Like, Jesus saved me, but then who was the opposite to Jesus? Was, you know, you'd get hell.
Right,
You know, you would get hell in it until you realise, oh, this is all just consciously my fears. Face your fears. Then you can escape the boredom and transcend upwards. But if you don't do that, then you go into the sea. That's the third one, which is reincarnation. 3 bardos. But it's a good thing to think, where you've got to be wary. And if you can realise that any minute you can just pop your cloaks and keep that awareness, self-awareness, breathe in 10 times, I'm here, you know, this is it. And you're forgetting about what's being said. It's all about the inner self. Definitely, peace is within, you know.
Peace.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I was talking with Johnny over some funny stories. We have some funny stories, and he was telling me when he was when he met Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
You tell the audience what happened, yeah.
Well, after the gig, you mean?
Yeah, well, go on. Just.
No, I was sitting around the dressing room.
It was at Liverpool Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, it was the old stadium where Roger Regal used to run it. It was a nice place. I took this girl with me. She had all the albums in her bag, you know, the sleeves, not the record, because she wanted them signed. She went off to the dressing room. I was talking to the roadies and all that, and then I followed her up. And there's Mr. Plant snogging her.
Right.
Oh, very nice. Oh, yeah.
But how did you feel?
Well, I thought, this is weird. Anyway, he stopped.
Was that your
He was
girlfriend? Yeah, was that your...
Well, it was my mate, yeah.
Oh, your mate, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but she was young.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a number 6. We smoked at a number 6 ciggy, and he signed me ciggy box for me. We were talking, and I was talking to John Bonham. John Bonham was getting pissed. He was drinking cans of Heineken, loads and loads.
Yeah.
He must have drank about 8 cans of Heineken. They're
Oh,
only
the little
cans,
ones, yeah.
Whopped them down, Anyway, I was talking to him and saying, I'm a drummer, I'm 17 now, and it's fucking great. They said, you're a really good drummer, you are. Give sticks.
Yeah.
So he says, tell my road, he said, bring on me, blah, blah. Anyway, he gave me 6 pairs of sticks in the end, which was good.
No way.
Well, that was when met, I think it was Ertigan, and Pete Grant was there.
What was Pete Grant, obviously. Is he still living now, Pete Grant?
No, he died a few years ago. He was the manager.
He's the manager of Led Zeppelin, apparently, he was a massive, big gangster fella.
Don't mess with him.
What
Anyway,
really he was in real life.
Yeah.
yeah.
He carried around the
He was carrying something. Put it that way. So you wouldn't argue. Yeah, they didn't need bouncers or security.
Wow.
There's actually a thing now on it's on Netflix, The Becoming of Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah,
And obviously-
that might mention stuff like that. But Jimmy Page was he was really interesting to talk to because he had a good conversation about him. You could talk to him about stuff, and one of the things we were talking about was theremins. And I was saying, I love the idea of theremins, the way they tune and oscillate. And he said,
What is a theremin to the audience?
It's that thing that makes all the noise in Whole Lot of Love.
So it's an electric pole. It's like
It's an aerial, it's a transmitter.
an antenna, and if you put your hand near it, you get
Bill Bailey used to
you
do
choose-
some
yeah.
other one of them.
theremin, yeah.
Yeah, you oscillate
Woo,
waves,
woo,
and the waves are
woo,
picked
woo.
up by an air.
Yeah.
It's a transmitter and receiver in a very short distance, but it's a long wave transmitter. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, it's a what did he say? I'm trying to remember the exact word. It's a sonic wave transducer.
Right, okay.
And I
It's
said,
a sonic
is that how you
wave
describe it?" He
transducer.
goes, it's a sonic wave transducer.
No way.
Oh, that's great. Good description of a theremin.
And so, you're in with Jimmy
And I got his
Page.
autograph, which was good.
What about the time you said about when we laughed at was it Mike McCartney you got into as well?
Oh, we were doing a gig
Paul
with
McCartney's brother.
yeah, no, we were doing. Oh no, that was Dave. No, this was about. It was a few years ago. We were doing a gig with Atomic Kitten.
Yeah,
And
Tom Kitten.
we were the headline band, Mother Goose, we were called.
Mother Goose.
Yeah, and Atomic Kitten were on the set and with a couple of bands, and we were playing this outdoor festival. Mike McCartney was there, and we were talking about his car. Yeah, I think he's got an Elvis, a TD21, which must cost a fortune to maintain and run, by the way. But
What's that? What did you have?
an Elvis TD21.
What's that like a big Rolls Royce?
Big Rolls Royce type
Yeah,
limousine. Yeah,
big limousine.
2.5 ton of car.
And how much juice was you using?
Oh, quite a bit.
I was just going to go around the local shop.
I think he's still got it actually, but we were talking about old cars because I've got a few old cars,
Johnny just fixes cars from scratch, yeah.
Oh wow.
He does all, yeah.
Hence the name Unleaded.
Yeah, John Unleaded. He reckons it's the last fuel in it they'll ever use, is that right?
Yeah, it will. It'll all go. They'll force us into electricity cars, you see, and then you won't be able to get diesel, so there'll be riots and all the farmers will be complaining. They've got rid of the red diesel, you see, and I thought,
Have they?
That's the start. You can't buy red diesel anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, you can't.
What was red diesel for? Like tractors and stuff?
Agriculture, you could buy them for a digger or a
Dodgy
compressor.
taxis.
So, yeah.
Taxis,
You always smell red, like it'd kick out like a smell, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But you know what? For the farmers, because at the moment, like, listen again with the
It's
farmers,
just-
they're doing the farmers' heads in, and that. But
Yeah, let's
that
get into that, yeah.
the
The
cut.
taxes are low on pink diesel, very low, so they could, it's good for them.
Bill Gates is getting exposed over at the moment. I think the whole world's waking up to all these people going, "What are you buying that much land? And what are you doing with the thing?" And
Yeah, and all this synthetic meat thing.
Yeah.
Grown in labs and all.
you know,
Yeah. What do you eat? Well, I eat a plastic bag, but it tastes just like a McDonald's.
but the stuff at McDonald's, not that like this like piece of ingredients which is showing up that can cause all sorts of problems. I think that Well, no,
They find human tissue in a lot of burgers.
he's obviously got this. Is it Kennedy's one? He's got eyes like that.
Oh, Junior, yeah.
Jimmy Kennedy. Oh, bless him.
Oh yeah.
It looks like he smoked about 50 packets of Woodbines. But bless him, he's apparently he's going in and he's trying to.
Yeah, he
make
took a lot of stick, hasn't he, from what he said about
You know.
the old thing.
Oh, the jab, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it.
Call it the jab, yeah. Yeah, and it begins with a V, but it wasn't what we said it was, yeah. That's cause shows a lot. I mean,
God, yeah, I had a show took down for talking about that, so I have to tread lightly.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
well, anyway, again, you know what I mean. It is what it is. But look, this is just an introduction, and most people do think, and it's crazy how we're like sort of eggshelling and egg stepping because you know there's a lot of talent which you're gonna get on this channel anyway, Martin, which is good, and if we can keep people happy through whatever,
That's it.
you know, we working on like through sitcoms and stuff like that yourselves, and I suppose TikTokers and YouTube, because you just do what you want, your own films, and if you make someone smile or happy or whatever, or even say, oh, these are absolutely stupid, but we give them something to think about, which is not bad, you know what I mean? We're not dropping bombs on your house, you know what I mean? We're not poisoning your walls, you know, we're just normal people.
I always say just give them little nuggets and,
Oh, yeah.
and then just move on, and if they look into it, look into it. If they don't, they don't. No harm done. I think you can get consumed, can't you, by all this conspiracies and what's going on in the world, which I did for many years. But you have to kind of take a step back now. Like I barely watch the news or, you know, look anything up because it just sucks me back in again. And I've got other things I'm trying to achieve.
Well, again, it's seeing a piece in it, yeah. So if you're in if it is a matrix, you are in a prison. The only prison is within yourself. If you're free in your own mind, your mind's like a palace, and you can manifest good things. That I am happy, I'm cool, I am heading for success. Snakes and ladders, and I spoke to John. I had an alcohol problem. It caused me so much grief in my life. You know, I'd just say I'm sober. I've been like nearly a month. I know it sounds crazy for me, but it's just like a month and a half, because I watched something which made sense. He said your life is like snakes and ladders. It's a game, isn't it? Yeah. Whatever choice you make is the dice. You're rolling your own dice. Hey, you can have them stay at home, do whatever, or do a bit of exercise, feel good, or you go to the pub, get completely, you know, wankers, wasted, whatever, get smashed, do whatever. And, you know, and there's just snakes and ladders, you know, it is.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying every time you want to go, because sometimes you go to a pub and you can meet someone who can give it a job, but in my circumstance with I'd say my addictive gluttony, I like to drink, and I would once I started drinking, I didn't want to stop, you know.
It's not good though.
It's horrible.
Pub world is not a nice world in the end.
Yeah.
You've come a long way though, haven't you? Because a few years ago on the first episode you talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
You know, ended up in the clink and not remembering what had happened.
It's insane, but I still had, you know, between I still have like blackouts, you know, when I've drank, and I'm just thinking, what did they say that to someone, or they upset someone? And I see it all the time because I'm actually working in that domain, which I'm doing, entertaining, like Matthew Street and
being sober, you'll be super aware.
Seeing people, and I feel sorry for some people because it's not them. You know, it's an old saying. It's like alcohol. Alcohol is a Hebrew word for like its spirits. You know,
Well, you must see over like a 12-hour karaoke period how people dramatically
change. Yeah, you know, with the meanings and that. So your good self, apparently, if you that intoxicated with alcohol, this is what the spiritually sort of world saying, that your body's being taken over, and you got no good self. So what happens is it causes a vacuum for a demon to come in, you know, a demonic force which will just make it like and drive your body around, use your body.
Use your energy.
We had a song about that, didn't we? Called Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Oh yeah. I think we
Crank it up on Frankenstein
on the first episode, possibly. Yeah. You still performing it?
Yeah.
It's on there, but
it's
I need
a favourite tune.
No.
At sunset, the moon is rising, the demons are compromising to play on the living intoxicated souls again. Your good self will disappear if you're drinking lots of spirits and beer. So let the demons possess your living soul again.
gotta like ya. Gotta find ya. Gotta get inside ya. Gotta ride ya. Gotta ride ya.
Yeah, so it's like a rocky sort of thing, you know, like Deep Purple. But on the when it gets going with the drums, it's hard to do. I didn't even bring a plex today. I just thought because it sounds thing, but
Totally different.
Yeah.
because of a riff. By the way, I will praise him, John Curry. He was one of my mates in the army, but he's a musician through and through. He can. Good songwriter and JC, and he just come up with one, and I go, what can you do with this? I was like, just simple, you know. I was like, okay. Then I just
it
like
floats along, doesn't it?
and I went, okay. And then at the time, I was just thinking, I thought, yeah,
No way. Just
Yeah.
Improvise and
yeah. Oh, so while we're on here as well, you know, just say a big hello to I know Yo Marie, she loves you, does yeah.
Hello, lovely.
Hello, Cags, how you doing? Yeah,
Hello, Maria.
we made it. We haven't just escaped anywhere, you know. We're going on a podcast and all, yeah.
Yeah.
you got anyone watching you live now?
I don't know. I'll just have a look on there.
Ryan Cox, hopefully.
Revo Boy said hi. Can you scroll that down? There's no one now, though. They'll probably watch it later. It's mid-afternoon. You want to be sitting there now watching me when it's the sun's cracking
Yeah, a
the
lot of people
flags.
work as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Of course there is, yeah.
But it's all good. It's a good experience, you know, and I think
Yeah.
it's great. So we've got, as I said, promotion-wise, we're on Spotify. We've got the 3 albums on there. We're still working on the 4th now. And that's
The
what we're
White
doing.
Van album.
The White Van album. The next one to release is Samuel Lincoln Jackson.
Right.
Samuel Lincoln Jackson was a bad cowboy. Went riding around shooting when the hands were held up high. He was galloping over Jews. June was his cougar lover. She worked at the old saloon, serving the man whiskey, riding from room to room. She was riding at the saloon,
Room to room.
that's right, from the room to room. Sheriff Philip Thompson came into the town, had a bounty on Lincoln's head. He was gonna hunt Samuel down. He was hunting Jackson down. He was looking for him now. The saloon doors burst wide open. Thompson with his gun, he let a shot fire out, and the damage was done. There was a shooting at the saloon. June lay on the floor, bullet blew to her chest. Samuel tried to save her, but June was laid to rest. She was dying. June died.
Nice.
Jackson said to Thompson, we're gonna have a Jew. I'll meet you at the hoedown at tomorrow's noon. There was a Julie at tomorrow's noon. Yeah. They both shot each other at the same time. They were both lying, dying at the sands of time. They were dying, dying, dying. Oh, what a crime.
What a sad time it was.
They all turned up at the funerals. The whole town stood around. They were talking about June's shenanigans, 'cause she ran the whole damn town. She was riding, riding, riding the whole damn town. Yeah.
She wore them all down too.
'Cause they were crying, crying, crying as June went down.
Poor old June.
Hey, there you go.
Awesome. So what was that one called?
Samuel Lincoln Jackson.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No way.
It's just like a cowboy sort of thing, you know,
Yeah.
because it was John's idea. He just got me one time out the middle of nowhere. He went, I've got this thing called Samuel Lincoln Jackson, and it's like a cowboy idea. And then it's crazy, and you know,
It's just slightly different words at them, but
yeah, but you know, it's funny how it comes.
Yeah.
It sort of comes in, because if you focus on something like songwriting, you're thinking, okay, need a melody, need a bass. I just thought that was like, you know,
Yeah.
because
it's just tongue in cheek.
there's like 8 verses to it, you know, there's a story, but you know,
Yeah,
and
we
there's
missed a few verses out where they did their thing under a sequoia tree and all that stuff.
well, that's got to be on part 2, I think.
Yeah.
The sequoia tree, that's a different episode. What
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, what Samuel and June did in the shade of a sequoia tree.
It's great, yeah. So yeah, I mean that. But we've got it down, and at the moment the mix is going to Mike, the guitarist. You know, it's great. That's how we do it. Get the lyrics, get the rhythm section sorted, which is the drums and what we've done, and we just get the stems, and because the lads are busy doing something else, we go, oh, there it is, and they'll get together.
Mix it and stuff.
Funny, and then we get
Exactly,
together
yeah.
and go, that could be done there. And that's the whole hobby of making, you know, music, and that's what I do it for. There's no like, I mean, look, I'm 55 years of age. You're not going to be on top of the pops, am I? You know.
Hey, you never know yet.
No, but it's no what I do like to do is in my life is create things and
Yeah.
do something, you know. And obviously the Purple Hacky song, we obviously broke the ice with people. Go, oh, that's him. No, but
You're
it's
leaving
good.
your legacy, aren't you?
It's good, you know. That's songwriting. I think it's fun, you know. You know, even people just sitting around the houses. My daughter, by the way, Rio OLLERHEAD, she's great, my daughter, Rio. She's, I got her a guitar. She actually just went, Dad, I'm learning the guitar. And
She's
so,
brilliant, isn't she?
within whatever, she's doing exactly what I was doing, where she's standing up and actually playing songs, chords.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Proper
So
chords.
real, but she's got like, Dad, I feel ashamed, I don't want to be going on.
No.
No, but you know, I love it a bit, and I'm that proud when she sends thing. I think, well, she's got the seed, because me granddad had it, you know, my family members had music in them, and it's me granddad John Griffiths. He played the banjo, and he was very musical. And my uncle Billy, the one who didn't have a 10-foot, yeah, but he loved he was a pianist.
Yeah.
We got that.
An ivory
pianist. Yeah. It's
An
great,
ivory
isn't it?
tinkler.
So there you go, and then, you know, it's great. Passed on, it's great. It's not the hobby, it's sitting around, creating. I think with the guitar, it's like a meditation as well, because you're concentrating on something, and if you're concentrating on something which is not harmful, hey, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
For change.
That's what got you picked up with the Sean Atwood podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. The track of the Aki song, and he's come along and he messaged me, and I was like, yeah, sure, like, cause you know, he's like, all right, we just got there. We just had a lot of fun, you know, just speaking, whatever comes into the thing.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be doing much anymore, does he? Podcast wise.
I think he just does live feeds and stuff, but I think he might have made it, you know, with Sean. I don't know what's his next, because he got with Sammy the Bull, didn't he, and all them, all the like the mafia, great stories. But you know, as we said before, these mafia lads are probably just saying, look, we don't want anything happening to our kids or whatever. If you cause harm to my family, then you're gonna get punished. Like the old law, you know, you're waiting on someone to say, the police fellas come along, and have you seen what's happening with justice, you know, where like someone does such a crime, they get in jail for being on social media, and someone does another crime which harms someone, and they're getting away with scot-free.
Yeah.
These are the
That's right,
things,
yeah.
injustice, you know, and thinking, okay, well, I'll get
I've got a lot of respect for former criminals who now try and educate and show people, especially
Yeah.
younger kids,
Yeah.
the realities of it, you know.
It's just, it is what it is. You can see what's going to happen, you know. But I'd say to any young individual, if you got a talent, anything that which is not going to be causing you trouble, because John can build
Get
it from
involved.
scratch, you know, and learn. It's great.
I like learning things, yeah. It's good.
Because
I'll
you're
read
always-
books.
A very talented man from what I've gathered
I'll
today.
read books
Mm.
if I have to.
What was that your dad had? His dad was great because he had a mechanic. He passed it on. Some of the stuff he showed me from like 1940s that he had his kept and he's maintained. And,
Oh yeah, just old tools, you know, just engineers' tools, just good stuff. Yeah, just people wouldn't know what they do now. They wouldn't-
I know, yeah.
They'd look at it and go, "What's that?"
And like, you know, what is a dolly? You know, he had to come around because this is a funny story.
Oh, that's a metalworking thing. Yeah, yeah, that's for knocking dents
Right.
out of wings.
My missus can, and she likes shops. She liked. She was interested in seeing some girl left a big bird cage out in the garden. She didn't tell Karen that it was on its way out the cage because it was like.
Yeah. Been run over a few times.
So I got tasked to go and get it, like, you know, which is, I had to drag it from a garden and take it. I would say, I'd say 2 football pitches out around the bend and whatever. But I thought it was light, so when I've got it out, I sort of picked it up. But things was digging in me because it was sort of like, it's about, I'd say, was it 8 foot?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
8 foot.
7 or 8 foot.
7, 8 foot bird cage, all like mesh. So I couldn't get my fingers. It's like it was hard. And as I've come round, I've obviously put it down, and I think, do you know what? I'll just think, and it caught something, and the whole floor went on it. So next minute, I'm walking around with all these like
Parts.
bird cage gone wrong. You know, like
No.
I just couldn't have jumped. I think, what am I doing? This is somebody just knew that's gonna happen. Like, you know.
It's
Yeah.
like IKEA furniture in reverse at a hundredth of a second. It just went.
So anyway, I managed to, so I thought, put it there, get me car, put it piece by piece, all the screws and whatever. He comes in and he's just like, yeah, hang on, that's what he goes back, goes and brings this little thing, little piece like it looks like, this is me dolly. You know, I was like, what the fuck is a dolly? And he's like, what
Oh,
it does.
blacksmith's dolly.
So
yeah,
he's
I know.
tapping the hammer, blacksmith, and he's making sure that he's just getting it all together. And he brought out these like mad tools and thinking, what the hell's that? But within an hour, the cage is up. My missus is happy. She's singing like a bird,
No.
and he's done it. You know,
No.
job's done with John,
Blackbird.
and that's one of the things with John. He's just amazing. He's just thinking, don't throw that out. You know, he's just got this like steam jet wash.
Oh, the Karcher.
You know, we
Can't
went,
mention that word. It's a
yeah.
yeah.
No.
The power washer. Yeah, we won't sort now, but we'll get it working.
Again, it amazes me. What
Multi-talented.
what were the funny things you ever seen in the just in the music shop? You used to work for the one in town.
Over in town, yeah. Should I mention the name? Yeah.
Yeah, Curly Music.
Yeah, Curly Music. Of course I can.
I
Yeah.
think everybody's who's in Liverpool has ever been to, you know, like the guitars and music. And I remember he didn't really know me then, and I actually got my first PA from, and he's come up and he's like, yeah, this needs that and that, whatever. And then I remember him getting chauffeured off by Johnny needs the valve amp, and he's like shouting something, he needs another thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's crazy. How many?
Thousands of things.
Who's the most? Used to get the was it the La lads? The Lars who come
The
in.
Lars, yeah, loads of bands used to come in all the time, yeah. Anyone playing in Liverpool would come in the shop, you know, for strings or whatever. Like the Zooton was that, yes. All those bands.
Yeah, well there you go. I've sort of got to embrace him with another story, but he's very he's selective what he's saying, aren't you, John? No. Well, listen, we've got to get back anyway,
Yes.
Smarty.
Yeah.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Marty.
Take us out with
Wonderful.
another song or anything in mind?
What's
Yeah,
it?
come on.
What was that one he's doing? Oh, Mr. Jolly.
Mr. Jolly.
This is Mr. Jolly, yeah. Imagine with a band, it's... Got no bills on his windowsills. Doesn't pay the rent cause he lives in a tent. He doesn't care with his homeless there. Mr. Jolly, you're off your trolley. That's why we love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Washes daily in the Irish Sea. Goes to the green up for his cup of tea. Lives off razors and plays the clams. He's a one-man army and a one-man band. Mr. Jolly, you're off your trolley. That's why we love you. Ooh, ooh. His life changed when the hippies came. His life changed when the hippies came. His life changed when they came to Morton Shore. When they came to Morton Shore. Tripping over daffodils on the coast of Morton Hills. Tripping over daffodils down on Morton Shore. Down on Morton Shore. Goes to the big house every night. Everybody there just wants to buy him a pint. He's the leader of the Rice House crew. He knows everybody, me and you, Mr. Jolly. You're off your trolley. That's why we love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. His life changed when the hippies came. His life changed when the hippies came. His life changed when they came to Morton Shore. When they came to Morton Shore.
Wow.
Mr.
Jeff and John with the ice cream robots.
Mr. Jolly, yeah.
Excellent, guys. Honestly, thank you so much. I've got to say that's the best duck impression I've ever.
That was shite.
He comes up with some. Do John Lennon voice, John.
Oh God.
There we go. Extended.
What was
Extended,
6 foot?
I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about that. It's from 40 years ago, that though. I mean, his voice has obviously changed by now.
Yeah.
Because he's about 75, isn't he?
Yeah. I want to say
no,
hello
he's
to all
old
my fan,
now.
by the way, yeah.
He'd be nearly
Yeah.
80 now, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they shot in New York.
And also, listen, I've got to promote this. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Johnny, all right.
I like dear lads.
Just a quick one as well. Just
Hey.
before I'm in the book, by the way, because obviously I'm an Evertonian, yeah.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
passes those.
I'm an
photos, mate.
Evertonian, and I've been given it was great. I wrote a story, and it's in a big book called The Leaving of Goodison Park, because it's the last year of the old lady Goodison Park, and it was a fella called Franny Robb and Auntie Roach who come. Over 100 odd people have wrote to it. It's a massive book. That's out on evertontimes.com, yeah. So I'm in the book, yeah. So I was made up.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to plug there. Once again, all my fanbo, and you know, that's great. Our little Coco Ray, Sonny, Lily, Harper. Who else have I forgot? Because you didn't say that. But no, I think that's mostly our Cliffy and our Philly, my brothers.
Yeah.
Love you all. There you go.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Marty.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you, John,
Marty.
as well, for coming.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Hope you come back again for
We will.
another episode.
Episode 11.
Fresh music.
Who knows what comes out? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Now, guys, if you're listening to this on one of the many podcasting platform apps out there. Don't forget that the video version is available on YouTube. And likewise, if you're watching this and prefer to listen to podcasts, you can you can go and check out those as well. All the links will be in the link tree in the descriptions. Oh, and
J1878 up the top. He's giving us a big great tune. Yeah, there you go.
bye to everyone watching on Jeff's YouTube stream.
Bye.
There you
All
go.
the
Yeah.
links for these guys will be in the description. Thank you to you guys for showing support. And anyone watching on my YouTube live right now, if you want to get all the camera angles and the finished product afterwards, then subscribe, hit the like, and visit the channel in a few days, and it should be up.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Hey.
5 people watching.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. How'd you cut this off now?
Peace out.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
You cut off there a little
There's
bit.
people. There's people over there that
I
look
know
like us.
that looks bizarre. That yeah. Get all them angles and that's better. But I'll get closer to my double chin, you know. Right, nice one.
Okey-dokey.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you now.
Peace out.
Thank
Peace
you.
out.
Peace.
Recording. Saving.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.